Hello, this is Rosa Jimenez, and we are in Mat for Padel, one of the best clubs I've ever seen. This is in Pozuelo, in Madrid. They have 8 courts. They are top level, done by Padel Technologies, the same ones we have in Miami in reserve. And I really like this place, and I want you to meet José Pedro Calvo Sotelo. He's a paddle legend here, but also the person that created this. And we want to talk about the Hexagon Cup that is going to take place here, also in Madrid, World Padel Capital, at the end of January. So please, Mr. Hello, José Pedro. Nice to meet you.
Hi, hello. Nice to meet you.
Okay. This is one of the, I would say, Madrid paddle temples, right?
Well, yes, thank you. I believe we're one of the reference clubs now in Madrid, and thank you for this opportunity with this interview.
Okay. How did you start getting into paddle? What's your story?
Well, I started playing paddle when I was a kid. I was a member at the International Tennis Club in Madrid, and that was one of the first clubs to build paddle courts. So, and tennis and paddle have a lot of things in common, so I kind of naturally started playing paddle, and at that point very few people played, so it was easy to be a good player, or at least to able to compete at a decent level. So I started, and until today, I'd say more than 32 years playing this game.
Okay, so it's part of your life, I would say.
Yes, it is part of my life, and we have a family company, and like 10 years ago, I had the idea of trying to build a paddle facility, doing something with paddle. Have a lot of contacts, a lot of friends in this industry, and in 2018 we opened Mat for Padel in Pozuelo in Madrid, and we're very happy.
And this is where we are right now.
Yes, this is where we are right now.
Yeah, as far as I know, this is where Juan Martin has been like more than an ambassador, like part of the soul of the club, right?
Yes, Juan. Well, Juan, I know Juan since he came to Spain when he was 17. So we're very close friends. He's part of the family of Mat for Padel. Now he's leaving us. He's going to Miami.
Yeah.
But this is his house, and he's been a very important part of the club and Mat for Padel for these 5 years.
What's Mat for Padel? When someone comes, this is my first time here, and I'm totally amazed. What's Mat for Padel?
Well, it's I'd say that paddle here is the excuse, and it's like a meeting point. I'd say it's a meeting point for friends, family, good plans. We have a good restaurant for companies. We always say that paddle is the excuse.
Yeah, but the excuse I was just saying hi to you, and there were football players coming, like an influencer, so VIPs, paddle VIPs likes to come here.
Yes, I believe our facility is top quality, so we have probably the best courts and the best facilities in general. So that's why a lot of VIP people come here. But it's not about. I want to say it's not about the quality of the facilities. It's also about the level of service and the quality of the people we have in the club that make the difference.
I see. And the reason why I wanted to talk to you is because the industry is changing. Now we are going to have Premier instead of World Padel Tour. We have the A1 in the Americas also here, but there's something new that really got our attention, which is Hexagon Cup. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it was your pure idea or how did it come, but what's Hexagon Cup right now?
Well, to be honest, it was not my idea, not at all. So,
good.
But as I was telling you, I've been a lot of years involved in paddle and with paddle. So I have a very good friend of mine who is one of the founders of the Formula E, mm-hmm. which is like Formula One but with electric cars. Cool. And they've had a really amazing growth when they started 11 years ago, and, mm-hmm. and they've had an amazing growth. And they're experts in organizing big sporting events. Mm-hmm. So this friend of mine, he's called Enrique Buenaventura. Uh-huh. I think Hexagon Cup comes out of his head.
Okay.
So he came to Madrid in last December 2022, mm-hmm. with this idea of the Hexagon Cup. They travel all around the world with the Formula E, and they had noticed that paddle was growing everywhere.
Okay.
So now it was a big international sport, played almost worldwide. So he came and said, we have the experience of doing big sporting events. We want to create an amazing paddle event, the biggest paddle event of the year.
Ever. Wow.
Ever. And that was his idea, and we started working in last December and until now.
Okay, so this is a Madrid event, right? But this is just the beginning. How is it gonna work?
Well, the Hexagon Cup is going to be held in Madrid. It's going to happen in Madrid, in the Madrid Arena. But it's an international event. The good thing about the Hexagon Cup is that it's a completely different, disruptive, and innovative format of play. It's probably the first international teams competition. It's private teams, but each team represents a certain country or region,
Okay.
and they're owned by famous people and celebrities.
Good.
So that also makes it a bit more special. And we have the best paddle players in the world playing and competing in those international private teams.
Okay, there's gonna be 6 teams,
Yes.
and each team has 6 players.
Yes. Each team has 6 players. One male pair, one female pair, and one next gen pair.
Okay.
So we're joining the stars of tomorrow with the stars of today to create this big event. And so far, we have only announced 2 teams.
Okay.
One is our team, the Hexagon
Yes.
team, which I want to say each team has one franchise player,
Okay.
one male franchise player, and one female franchise player. And all of the other players go into a draft, and they're
Okay.
going to be selected through via draft,
Cool.
through a voting mechanism and with the help of the fans. So it's going to be very interactive. And Hexagon Cup was the first team to be announced. We have Paquito Navarro and Alejandra Salazar as our franchise players. And a couple of weeks ago, the Rafa Nadal Academy team was announced. They have Alex Ruiz and Marta Ortega as their franchise players. And probably from now on until the 17th of November, we will be able to announce the rest of the teams, which are already confirmed, but I cannot reveal now because each team has its own strategy. So they wanna do it themselves, the announcement.
Yeah, but that's super interesting because also it's like drops, right? So it keeps the attention, it's creating momentum, and I think it's different and reminds me a lot more to like Kings League and all those events that are more oriented to social media and to new audiences. So I think it's also content is part of the competition and the brand, and it's also good for paddle because it gives a lot more of exposure. So how it's gonna work, like before and after the event? I think you don't want just to make something that happens for a week, but something that is continuing.
Yes, absolutely. The idea is that this will last for many years and creating a very big special event. Yeah. So now, to be honest, we're focused on the January event. We want it to be a complete success.
Yes.
And we will go step by step, and we'll see in the future how everything develops. Maybe we can do regional events, or maybe minor leagues with the next gen, with legends. It's also, we always say this is a tribute to paddle.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of ideas, so we want to keep doing things throughout the year, and that they will end up in the big event with the professional players. I can say yes. I'm going to say that I cannot reveal the teams, but I can at least I can say that one of them is another Grand Slam winner, tennis Grand Slam winner. We have football players, top football players, so and then also some actors and singers, very famous singers involved in the project. So it's going to be something very special, and I believe the fans are going to be very.
And I think also there's like the aim to connect paddle to people. Like people are going to be close to the stars.
Yes, as a matter of fact, our team, the Hexagon team, our franchise players are going to pick the rest of the team with the help of the fans. So they're gonna take part in the event. They're gonna, through a voting mechanism, they will be part of the event. Also, the first year we are going to have the next gens, the juniors, the next gens generation is going to be either male or female, and then it will rotate. So for the first year, we still don't know if it will be male or female, because that's the fans who are going to vote and decide what are we going to do. So we are going to really have them on board and be part of the show.
You don't want a passive audience.
No, not at all. Absolutely, not at all. We want it to feel that they are part of it.
There's something that also is getting a lot of attention, and it's the prize money, right? Like, it's a big prize, and that's also appealing for players, and not just the exposure that I would like to talk about that, but also the prize. How it's gonna work?
Well, it is true that it's the biggest prize pot in paddle so far for one event.
How much is it?
It's 1 million euros, and out of the 1 million euros, 65% goes to the players and 35% goes to the teams, depending on the results in the competition. So the team that wins the Hexagon Cup will receive more money than the one that ends up last. But it's a huge prize money for what paddle is used to. Now it's changing, but yeah, so far it's the biggest prize pot in the paddle.
And
history.
how are brands behaving? Are they getting involved, or they're gonna do something different from what we're used to?
I think everyone we're talking with and all the brands are really excited about the project, because we have really big names. It's a different format. It's also with teams that belong to different regions. That opens new markets, and the TV exposure we're going to have. We have an agreement with River Media, who's taking care of the negotiations with the TVs. But I can tell that it's probably going to be the paddle tournament that has more audience and reaches more people worldwide.
Wow!
So all the brands are really excited with the projects. I so far, and now as we're starting to reveal new actors and even more. So very happy with the attention we're receiving from everyone.
Yeah, I think there's also opportunity once people are there, not just online, do activations, get to know things. How's that going to be? Because as far as I've read, it's more like not just family oriented, but fans. Like every fan is going to find something that they like there.
Yes, we have the fan zone area, the hospitality we're going to create is absolutely outstanding. We're going to have meet and greets with players. Legends tournaments, activation, celebrities playing in the fan. Cool. We have a paddle court in the fan zone area, so celebrities are going to play their pro-ams, activation for the brands, live music.
Oh, cool.
Gourmet corner. So it's going to be kind of the hospitality and the fan zone areas of a Formula One Grand Prix than what
like
we
a
are.
Paddle court.
Yes, something very special. So I would say the fans to go, because they're gonna really enjoy the experience.
Like Paddle Paradise.
Paddle Paradise. It's going to be. It's all about the experience we're going to create, and we're completely focused on creating an amazing experience for the fans.
But so far, it's in Madrid. To me, Madrid is like the paddle world capital. But can we expect an Hexagon Cup? I don't know, a season or stopping in different cities? What can we expect after?
We don't, well, to be honest, we don't know how it will evolve in the future, but we have had petitions or requests from other team owners from other regions that they want to have an Hexagon Cup in that region or territory. So absolutely, it will start in Madrid. We are all, the great majority of the people involved in the project are from Madrid, and Madrid is the world capital of paddle so far. But Hexagon is something which is international, so it will rotate. We will do many things in other countries and regions for sure. Still, we don't know where, but that's certain.
I hope we can do something in the US soon.
There's one team from the US, and another team that I can reveal from Puerto Rico.
Oh, cool!
Which I believe it's also the US. It's US. Puerto Rico is US.
Yes.
So I'm sure we're gonna have an event there.
We will interview them for sure. Once we know who they are, we're gonna ping them and try to have them here in the Padel Smash Academy YouTube, because we are trying to promote Padel and make more people have content in English, which is one of the things that is pushing us to create this, because we feel that people want to learn more and want to have first-hand information, but there's a big gap there. So also thank you for doing this in English for us.
No, I know a bit of the US market. I lived in the West Coast for more than 1 year, and at that point there were almost no one had heard about padel. No one knew what the sport was like, and now I have friends there. I made friends there that say, hey, they're building 2 more courts. I'm playing padel now. So the US market is huge, and padel will get there for sure.
Yeah, they're about to open in San Francisco too.
In San Francisco,
I love
yeah.
it. I used to live there, so
I
let
love
my
San
heart in San Francisco somehow. You
Then
went there?
No, I've been in I lived in San Diego.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I went to San Francisco sometimes, and I love the city. So when they open the course, just tell me and I'll get a plane.
We have to go there
and go and play.
Yeah, because
We
it's gonna
organize
be
a
in the
match.
Treasure Island too. So
Wow.
it's like, oh, that's perfect location in the middle of the bay. So I love it. One last question. I would like to ask you about the future of padel. Where do you envision this? Like, you were playing when no one knew about it here. Now it's in Spain very popular, and now we are somehow evangelizing worldwide. How do you feel this is going, and where would you like to see padel?
Well, that's a tough question. Yes, as you say, it was unthinkable that like in 1990 or even 2000, we only played in Argentina and Spain. So to see how it has grown and what padel is now is amazing for us. That we've played all our lives, and it's something that's hard to assume. So where can it go? I can't think of it. What I know is that padel is a really fun sport, and its growth is unstoppable now. Probably it will be an Olympic. I think it will be an Olympic sport, and that will also help to make it even bigger. We'll get to China, to the US, and a lot of more places that are still to be that well, they have to get to know the sport. But the growth, I think it's unstoppable.
It is. Thank you.
Thank you.